Welcome back. Happy Monday workout. Outlaw workout number 13. Lucky 13. So we have 5 rounds of fun. We also have a skill which has several rounds of stuff. We're going to incorporate a little bit of strength work this week. We've got Coach Kat doing some focus skill sessions that aren't just ab work and handstand push-ups, which is kind of, I think you guys are probably getting bored of me programming those. So Kat's at least doing the skills for now, and then next week we'll see what we're going to do. But as of right now, we have one more week of Outlaw. So enjoy. Let's go over the skill first. Make sure you guys know what you're doing. So we've got 3 rounds of exercises, and it begins with a row, a dumbbell row to be precise. So typically on a dumbbell row, typically it's going to be a bent over row. So if I was on the side, I'd have my hand on a bench or something. I would pull my elbow about as high as I could while holding on to my jug, dumbbell, or whatever, straight down. So it's not a herky-jerky movement. It is a controlled movement, and it should fatigue that, that muscle group that we want on the back of the arms and even up in the shoulder area. We do that for 30 seconds, and that's going to be for controlled reps. You don't have to count reps or anything like that. We are just going to continuously move for 30 seconds. Boom, switch at the 30-second mark. We switch to the other side. After we are done with our rows, we have max effort clapping push-ups. You say, Nick, I can't do clapping push-ups. Try to do clapping push-ups on the knees if you can. Clapping push-up literally is we go from a push-up position, we extend, we clap, we come back down. If you're hitting yourself in the face, maybe you should scale down to knee clapping push-ups. If you do not have clapping push-ups or clapping knee push-ups, then just scale down to a standard push-up, whether that is slow repetitions from the feet or from the knees. I want you to get some push-ups done over that 30-second period. Then we've got another 30-second period where we're going to do double dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. So I have a link on Sugar WOD for the Romanian deadlift, but essentially you're not going to be, it's like a straight-legged style deadlift. So, typically your chest is going to be up a little bit more. This is a lighter weight, really focusing on the hamstrings and the glutes. So with your dumbbells, you don't have to go all the way to the floor. I don't have the mobility to go all the way to the floor with dumbbells and keep my legs perfectly straight and keep a flat back. If you do have that, you can probably work into getting close to the floor, but for the most part, for the double dumbbell, you go below the knee somewhere, and that's going to be up to you. Once you feel like you're losing that natural lumbar curve as you bend down, that's going to be the time when you want to squeeze your glutes and you're going to stand it back up. So keeping those legs not totally hard locked out like pressing, but pretty dang straight. And then we finish it off with a max effort set of standard push-ups. The last set is not clapping, it is regular push-ups. Get a 1-minute break, cycle through it 3 full times, take a little break, and we've got a nice Outlaw workout, number 13. Wanted to talk about a couple of these movements. So the first one, 200-meter overhead carry. What do you do for your overhead carry? So, funny enough, I was doing overhead carries a couple times a week with Billy before we had this whole lockdown thing, and we would put not much more. I think we do 95 pounds on a barbell, and we would walk with it up and down the hill a few times. And just alternate until we died, and it would get really tough. Just with 95 is not a ton of weight, but no matter who you are, you walk far enough, it will crush you. So whatever you can work with, do it. Honestly, for 200 meters, I would probably scale down to 65 for men, 45 for women, and then even with that, you'll probably have to put it back onto your back a little bit, put it back up and walk with it. If you don't have access to that, double dumbbells, go even lighter, because again, with the barbell, you got that opportunity to do snatch grip, right? That's nice. With the dumbbell, try holding them out like this. It's going to suck. So you're going to have to bring it in directly overhead when you walk, meaning the mobility requirement and the stability requirement is higher, which means less weight. If you only have access to one object, you can go ahead. I guarantee if you have a milk jug that weighs 8 to 10 pounds, I think that's weighs something there, and you walk for 200 meters, you're going to be switching back and forth because it gets nasty. So for that 200 meters, you're probably not going to be on a full-out sprint running with it. You're going to have to be doing that just like we do with the farmer's carries. It's a speed walker style where you're trying to stay nice and smooth. So no matter what object you use, you can't really do it wrong, but I would say put it in your notes what you use, because it's kind of cool to see how creative people get. And someone ends up with a 50-minute score on something like this, but they did it with 155-pound barbell. That's cool. If you want to do a really heavy, hard workout tomorrow, you can do this just like any of our workouts when we get back in the gym. You can always scale it up or down, and it depends on how you're feeling that day. But the feeling you should get is fatigued shoulders on that carry. 25 burpees, enough said. Chest touches ground, jump up and clap. Now here's where we can get a lot more variance. 5 sprints, upstairs or a hill. So the standard stairs would be going from someone's first floor up the stairs to the second floor. That is a fine. Do that 5 times. Run up, carefully run down. I don't want anyone slipping and busting their tailbone. If you have some stairs nearby where you can do a workout outside, I do not recommend doing the stairs that go up to Kirkland Junior High. If you go up and down that 5 times, shoot, that might take you 45 minutes. If you're crazy enough to do it, go for it. But again, we're looking for about a flight of stairs, and that'll be for 5 rounds. If you do not have access to that, I would say around a 50-meter pretty hard sprint would be fine for that. So up a hill, just trying to get, so sprint up and kind of jog back down into place. If you've ever run downhill, you notice that if it's a steep hill, you end up braking and jamming your heel into the ground. So even though you can kind of get some speed going, it can be a little bit tough on the knees to go down. So be kind to yourself on the way down the hills. Otherwise, we do have, should be a pretty cool workout that anyone can modify to make it pretty dang difficult. I think even if you try to under-modify it and you think like, oh, I'm going to make this semi-easy, those overhead carries are going to be pretty challenging, and that's really cool. If we can work those stabilizer muscles, it's only going to help with literally everything else that we do in CrossFit. Endurance, stabilization, and strength. That is all. Let me know if you have any questions, and happy Monday workout.